for the fans. The glory for the pinstripes.
What's up, Yankees Nation? Welcome back to Yankees Fan Central. I'm your host, the voice of the bleacher creatures, bringing you the raw truth straight from the Bronx. I'm that fan who lives and dies with every pitch right alongside you, but I'm here to deliver exclusive intel with the precision of a seasoned insider. Today, we've got a bombshell to discuss, a breakdown that could define the destiny of our rotation for the 2026 season. Let's get straight to it because the hot stove is scorching and GM Brian Cashman has some critical decisions to make. My friends, let's keep it a buck. It has been 16 long seasons since the New York Yankees hoisted their 27th World Series trophy for a franchise hardwired for excellence. That is an eternity. Even though that number represents the most championships in MLB history by a mile, it's been a minute since we were a genuine, terrifying threat in October. Our run to the Fall Classic in 2024 was a breath of fresh air, our first since taking down the Phillies in 2009, but the bitter taste of that recent ALDS loss to the Toronto Blue Jays is still fresh. Losing to a division rival, the same squad that edged us out for the AL East crown, exposed the flaws that still stand between us and absolute glory. Looking at the current roster, the need for reinforcements is screaming at us from every angle. The starting rotation, the bullpen, and the lineup could all use a serious injection of talent. We know big-ticket free agents like Kyle Tucker and Pete Alonso could turn our offense into a run-scoring machine, but we cannot ignore the bump. Our pitching staff has some worrying holes. Yes, Max Fried is ready to return and anchor the staff, and we've got promising young guns like Cam Schlittler, Luis Gil, and Will Warren ready to step up in their second and third big league seasons. However, the medical reality is harsh. The rotation is going to miss vital names like Garrett Cole, Clark Schmidt, and Carlos Rodon for at least the first few weeks of next season. This is where the strategy needs to be surgical. Adding at least one more elite arm to the rotation is mandatory, but not just anyone. We need a guy that allows Cashman to deal from our surplus of controllable arms like Gill or Warren to bring in reinforcements at other needy positions. In this complex scenario, one name shines like gold: Sandy Alcantara of the Miami Marlins. He looks like the perfect fit for the Bronx. I've tracked his recovery closely, and as his first season post-Tommy John's surgery progressed, this former National League Cy Young Award winner showed more and more of his dominant form. He is an innings eater, a workhorse who saves the bullpen, exactly the profile we lack when our aces are on the shelf. The burning question I'm going to answer next is, what would be the actual price tag to pry Alcantara out of Florida and bring him to the concrete jungle? Now let's dissect what it would actually take to get this deal across the finish line based on insider info and market logic. A deal for Sandy Alcantara must include mandatorily at least two fundamental pieces, a ready-made replacement for Miami's rotation, and a hitter with long-term potential. The good news is that the New York Yankees possess exactly those assets. With Luis Gil or Will Warren, Brian Cashman and our front office hold a replacement ready to slide right into the Marlins' starting five. My sources and scouting analysis indicate that Gil might be Miami's preferred option, given his electric stuff. Let's operate under the hypothesis that he is the headliner packing his bags for the South. But what about the rest of the package? Fans always worry about the farm system. Shortstop George Lombard Jr., our top prospect, would likely only be available in a blockbuster trade of astronomical proportions, perhaps involving a current Cy Young winner in their absolute prime, which isn't exactly the case here, given Alcantara's recent injury history. Likewise, our top pitching prospects Carlos Lagrange and Elmer Rodriguez Cruz are unlikely to move. However, outfielder Spencer Jones, he might not be as untouchable as we thought. Despite reaching AAA this season, it was evident that Jones's game still has gaps, specifically with contact. Furthermore, think strategically with me. If the Yanks sign Kyle Tucker or re-sign Cody Bellinger, there simply won't be a spot in the outfield for this former first-round pick. Trading him now, while his stock is high, is the smart play to seal the deal and ensure Miami doesn't hesitate. Offering another complementary piece like starting pitcher Brock Selvage or infielder Caden Kent could be the checkmate move. Although the price seems steep, losing Gill and Jones hurts the heart of anyone who follows the farm. It is a price the Yankees can and should pay. It is a much more viable option than entering a bidding war for another overpriced arm on the free agent market, compromising the payroll we need for elite bats. Will Cashman have the guts to pull the trigger? Investing in Alcantara could give us the best rotation in baseball when everyone is healthy. If Alcantara returns to being the ace we know, this investment pays off in championship rings. We are talking about building a team to win now, not 5 years from now. The trade for Sandy Alcantara isn't just a roster move, it's a statement of intent. By sacrificing depth, Gill and Jones for proven elite quality, the Yankees are signaling that the championship window is right now. This strategy keeps the budget flexible to chase the offensive firepower of a Pete Alonso or Kyle Tucker, while bulletproofing the rotation against the early injuries to Cole and Rodon. Would you be willing to part ways with the potential of Spencer Jones and the electricity of Luis Gil to get the security of Sandy Alcantara on the mound every fifth day? Or do you think his health risk is still too high for that price tag? Don't just sit there. Smash that like button if you want to see Alcantara in pinstripes. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss a beat of this frantic offseason, and sound off in the comments below. Let's make some noise, Bronx Bombers.